Hello golfers, so we are on hole number 8, par 5. You can see this beautiful course, that's hole number 17. This is the green of hole 17, if at all you can see that. That's our coach Bala. And we finished about 8 holes, right Bala?
Yes,
So
8
far,
holes.
so far we did good, but on hole number 8, my game was pathetic.
Mine was even worse.
But it happens, that's life, and that's what the golf is all about. So Bala, that said, I have a very interesting question which I have been struggling also. So what do you think in golf? I know which are the most important muscle groups and which I use the least,
Yep.
because I find it very very uncomfortable, or I feel that I will have an injury and
Yep.
blah blah all that stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most important muscle group and one should focus on? But at the same time, people undermine the fact that that is the muscle group most important, and they don't
Not use it
ignore
really.
They ignore it
Right.
basically.
And that was the midweek question as well.
Oh.
So I know it was some time since that question, we haven't come back to that. So that was the midweek question. The midweek question was, which is the muscle group most important for running and least used for running? And if you think about it, since you brought the golf sort of parallels, clearly golf, tell me whether my answer is right, coach. It is the hip area, isn't it? Like the power has to come from the hips.
And I struggle a lot on
Right.
that part.
Especially Indians getting introduced to cricket first.
Yeah.
People try to use the shoulder and the arms.
And we work with wrist, or most of the time we try to use wrist
Right.
or arms.
Right. And in golf, you have to unlearn that and then go directly. And
Exactly.
the power should be rotation of the hip.
Yeah.
That causes the power of the golf club and the golf ball. Interestingly, similarly, what do you think? Now let me just change my let's change hats here. Now, when it comes to running, if I put you in the spot and ask you that question, now that you've been a senior runner, what do you think is the answer to that?
Well, my answer, looking at the history and the injury I had, I would say butt has to be, but let's call it a butt attack.
Yes.
But hips are the glutes are the most important part.
Absolutely, you're on the money there. And I must first congratulate. A lot of runners responded to this question, saying that, core is very important. 100% agree. Core is also a very important muscle group. Of course, legs and thighs and the various muscles in the kinetic chain, starting from the foot, all those are important. But the question was most important and least used. So that is the why I brought that up is, the minute you start running with your glutes, you will suddenly realize that your runs become a lot more easier and powerful. Now, why is it that it is difficult to run with the glutes? I mean, first of all, people don't understand, difficult to understand initially what it means to run with the glutes. It's not an easy thing, because if you think about it, let's take an example of your biceps, right? Your brain has a direct connection to your bicep muscle. That means, like, if you want to move your bicep muscle, everybody can move it. It's a voluntarily, you can control the movement of the bicep muscle. But the glute muscle, right, it has got a bit of a, one second, let me just, so it has got a bit of a, I would say, not a direct connection to the brain. It's not like, if you can tighten your glute if you want right now, right? But it is not like you can say that, okay, let me activate my glute as strong as other muscles. You can see that, you can feel it. The reason is, there is that sort of a lighter connection to the brain, to the butt muscle, is one of the reason why it is not getting used that much unless you focus on that. That is one. The second is, butt is a very dormant muscle group. We say, there's always in the English terms we use, don't keep sitting in your rear end and just do nothing. I mean, that's a term that we use, but that's also a fact, right? Human beings, especially off late, we do keep sitting on the rear end quite a bit. So what happens is, as you're sitting in your rear end, your muscle group of glutes, it essentially goes to sleep. It doesn't just get activated at all, even in your day-to-day life. Forget about running. Let's say you are going for a shopping, you are lifting your bags, you are using a bicep muscle, even though you're not any exercise freak. But because you're sitting right through, you never use the butt muscle at all, even in real life. So what happens is, combine that with the item number 1, which is the connection between the brain and the glute is not as strong as the other sides. So this muscle group literally has a free ride, just not really not doing anything basically. Now let's talk about, so that is why it is not least used. I want to double click on the mechanics behind why it is least used. Now let us talk about why it is most important, right? So if you hold this phone for a second, I want to show something. So when you're running, right, think of this is the hip like a rod, okay? On the rod, your legs are hanging like this. So you can imagine a rod, legs are hanging, and the leg is supposed to move up and down. If the power comes from the end of this rod, then it can actually push the leg forward and backward really well. If the power doesn't come from the end of the rod and all the power comes from the bottom of the leg, then the entire load of weight is being taken by the leg and still it is pushing the leg forward. That is why when the butt, which is on the end of this rod, which is the end of the hips, if that is pushing the legs forward and backward, similar to golf, imagine the hip rotation causing a lot more power to the club. Same thing, butt rotation causing a lot more power to the legs going up and down. You see the analogy there, right? That is what is happening, and that is why using butt muscle run is very, very important. Now, the question is, how do you then use a butt muscle? Okay, all this is great, coach. People might say, how do I then start using the butt muscle? If you understood the theory that I just now said, then it is about using the theory to your advantage, which is you got to basically keep reminding your body that activate the butt, activate the butt, activate the butt. So how you do this is when you are running, you should think about, okay, let me use the butt. The minute you say that to yourself, you can tighten your butt a little bit and then butt gets activated. You should feel this and you should do that. So in marathon runs, especially when I'm running marathons, at mile 15, 18, 19 and all, when I get exhausted and my muscles are paining, I use this. When I'm running, I'm saying, okay, let me activate my butt. Suddenly I get energy. I'm able to propel myself a lot better by activating your butt. So what I'm trying to tell you now is, do the butt attack exercises so that you can definitely increase the strength of your butt muscle. And every day, I would like you all, because improve the nerve brain to muscle connection. How you do that is every day, just walking, standing, whatever it is, squeeze your butt, release your butt, squeeze your butt, release your butt, say 50 to 100 times a day. That essentially increases the nerve brain muscle connection, and it kind of improves the activation of butt muscle. And then when you are running, you tell yourself, let me use my butt. See how it feels. You will feel it different when you're running. The minute you focus on your butt gets activated. It's a very interesting muscle set in that way. And the minute you say focus on your butt, the butt gets activated, you feel. And then after some time you forget about it and you think about something else, butt will go back to sleep. So you again tell. So that is why these professional runners, when you see the professional runners, it's be very interesting. Have you seen professional runners run? When they run, you will see the foot hits their butt. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Real ones. Why is it? Why are they doing it? Coach is asking them because that hitting of the butt by the leg, by the foot, is activating the butt muscle.
Okay.
So it's like physically reminding the butt muscle, get up, wake up. Every step, wake up, wake up, wake up. That's what is happening. Of course, we as amateurs, we can't be going around, doing that level of pushing, otherwise we'll get injured. We don't have that muscle strength as well. You can do a slight shortcut to that, which is mentally, every 5 steps, think about, hey, let me get the butt in action. You will see the difference.
Got it.
Got it?
Interesting. I never thought of it.
Right, that's what. You should try that. It makes a difference. You will automatically, your posture gets better. And the other thing about 100 squeezes every day, you do that, your butt gets really strong. Butt attack exercises you do, it gets strong. And also, just to be on the fun side, there was a survey done, not in runner's eye, but generally what are the many reasons why you want to run? So people said, weight loss, big one. Healthy, second one. You know what was the third most important reason why people want to run? They wanted to get a good looking butt. So, that is the truth. Runner's butt is a very, it's a thing. So, for those of you who are interested in getting a good butt too, that's also a side benefit of focusing on that. So, let's make that happen. Thank you, Nimesh, for a lovely chat. And I also want to tell everybody, guys, as I said, if everybody wants to get benefited as me and as so many of us, And if you guys are thinking or not even thought about or even slightly thinking about golf, please reach out to Nimesh. He's there in the group. Maybe you can just say hello or something after this to the to the thing. And the Nimesh coaching is so different. He will take personal, should I say, interest so much, worth hundreds of dollars, if not thousands, all free, pro bono. He does it. He takes you to the course. Takes you to the range, teaches you, gives you various thought processes. In fact, he invites folks who are in New Jersey or near his house. He invites them to his house for a dinner. Poor Nehal, who is also a runner, used to be a runner in season 2. She makes lovely dinner for everybody with drinks, introduces to golf, and then takes them around, and then puts that person in touch with the rest of the community. And there is a tremendous amount of discussions and facilitation happens. And it is not just for New Jersey. Of course, this happens in New Jersey, it's easier. But he can do the same thing anywhere in the world. I'm sure there are a lot of people from outside New Jersey has also joined.
We have golfers from California, India. And in fact, guys, I would like to add to Bala that the goal of creating a golfing group is that I want to introduce this game to every Indian possible. Don't think golf is a rich man's game. It is everybody's game, a game for everyone, girl or a boy. And at the same time, believe me or not, this game is very helpful in your professional life. Like-minded individuals coming together and enjoying this game helps you network with so many different types of people. And you will not only enjoy the benefit, but it is going to bring a lot of value to your life in many different ways. So try it out, and I am 100% sure you will enjoy this game.
+1. And then not only after all that, you can also enjoy places like this. Look at our background.
There are so many beautiful courses around the world. As Bala said, India, it has one of the best courses in the world. Not just in Asia, in the world.
Amazing it is, seriously. Thanks guys. Look great to get back. Thank you, Coach Nimesh, for your thoughts, time. And I'm sure you all are going to enjoy. There's a double whammy walk with the coaches. I think this is now walk with the coaches, not walk with the coach. Thank you, Nimesh.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Keep running. Every mile is worthwhile. Bye.